Most High God, if there's anybody trying to interfere with this reading, please block them so that we can receive the messages that you brought us here to receive. Do step in and deliver your messages to we, your children. Thank you. Oh, let's find out what it is that God want to talk about today. Oh God. Okay, so subject matter of this reading, we got it didn't work. Okay, so something didn't work. So let's get a little handy dandy deck here to find out what area of life this is talking about. I'm feeling that one and this one. So we're gonna find out. So we got persecution or crucifixion at the bottom of the deck. Somebody trying to hurt somebody. But it didn't work. Interesting. So we got education, but it came out in the reverse. So before we continue, okay, so it's in the reverse. So education in the reverse suggests that somebody's trying to teach somebody something, but they are misinforming them deliberately in order to cause them difficulty, persecution, or crucifixion. So this is like somebody telling you 1 + 1 = 10. So it's like they're educating you, but they're giving you misinformation. And they know it's not 10. They know 1 + 1 = 2. But they're telling you it equals 10 because they want you to be the idiot to go out there and teach other people that 1 + 1 = 10. So that everybody can look at you and laugh and say, how you come to that conclusion? Show me. You're an idiot. That's what they wanted. But it didn't work. So somebody was trying to misinform you, but you know the truth already. So they're trying to teach you something that you already you're already inclined about. You already have the information. Okay? So persecution, angel on earth, future. So they're trying to destroy somebody's future, a good person's future. Home. Interesting. Okay, so this look like somebody telling lies on somebody. So this is like, let's say you're a secret agent and your superiors give you the file on who your target is. Your target is actually an angel. Your mission is to crucify this good person. Okay, this positive person's future home. Okay, that's the mission. Let's read on. So we got past and the laws of the universe are in effect. So whatever happened in the past regarding this person's tenancy, their record as a tenant, whatever happened, the laws of the universe are now in action. It was in action then, and they're in action now. We got death, heavy burdened. So they were meant to burden. Yeah. This person's getting the victory instead. So somebody was trying to discredit someone when it comes to their record as a tenant. Okay? They did things to destroy this person's character or reputation in the eyes of renters, okay, with some falsified information. So they're presenting the information as if it's true about whatever this person's rental past looked like when it was actually falsified information. So this could have happened in different ways for you guys, but for me, how they came about making me look like a bad tenant is they sabotaged my work, so I had to stop working. My self-employed business, by the way, they sabotaged my self-employed business by getting people to come in and sabotage my equipment, making people come in and just talk shit about my work. They I think they hired one or two people to like send in false reports. And what was the last straw for me, because they were always working on my confidence and stuff like that. And the last straw for me was when they started sending in their agents to sabotage my equipment because they're trying to get me to spend money out, because taking money from me means that it leaves me powerless. So I had to shut down my business because it's like, are you going to try and run me into the ground? I'd rather just not do people's dreadlocks if that's the case, okay? So I stopped doing my business because it was being sabotaged. Then that means that I had less money, so I couldn't pay my rent. And because I couldn't pay my rent, I went down on the record as though I'm a bad tenant who doesn't pay her rent. But if you go further back in the records, as long as they haven't sabotaged the records, you see that I'm the type of tenant that actually was always in credit. Okay, so it's like, how does a tenant who is always in credit for many years turn into a tenant who can't pay her rent at all, who doesn't pay any rent at all? Aha, that's the question. So anywho, it was all a setup. So your story when it comes to you being seen as a bad tenant, maybe you don't even know what happened to your money situation to make you incapable of paying your rent. It could have been sabotage around you, but you didn't see it. So whatever this is anyway, they're trying to create an image in future renters' minds that you're a bad tenant, but God says it didn't work. You have the victory. You're gonna have the victory anyway. So no matter what you look like on paper or on the computer screen when it comes to your ability to pay your rent and all these things, the renters know that this is false information. So you shouldn't have a problem getting housing in the future home. Okay? So yeah, victory. You got the victory. So the laws of the universe are now enacted, and they're bringing death to your burdens. So you don't have to feel afraid about how you're gonna get a space to rent or who's gonna rent to you because of what your records look like. God said, don't even worry about that. Apply and move as though that doesn't even exist. Because as far as the universe is concerned and as far as these renters are concerned, that shit don't exist. Okay? Yeah, so we got prophetess, prophecy. So this is a prophecy for you if you know that you were manipulated into being seen as a bad tenant. Okay? Yeah. Remembrance.
Yeah. So that's prophecy is future, remembrance is past. Okay, so that's what this reading here is about. God said it didn't work. So the renters know that these people are telling lies on you. Oh, let's see what God wanted to reveal from this deck. Okay, at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so we just have a blank card. That's my blank card in this deck. So empty, blank canvas, starting over, clean record, all that good stuff. Because you don't deserve to be seen as no bad tenant. You were unfairly put in that position. And now the laws of the universe are coming in to correct that injustice. By letting the truth be known about who you really are as a renter or as a person. Okay, so we got loss of mobility. So an inability to move around. So I asked, what is this about? An inability to move around. So if you feel like you can't apply for a house wherever the hell you want to apply for a house, just know that you can. You don't have to confine yourself to any area. Follow your vibe. Okay, follow your intuition. So the underlying is the starting over again. Yeah, your enemies. Wow, we got the two blank cards coming out one behind the other. God say I said what I said. Then we have loss of vision. And another blank card. I didn't even know I had this many blank cards. And loss of hearing. Crime. So God is saying, I already warned these fools. Eh? With their horrible ways. Now I'm gonna take their position from them. So God basically is taking the power away from them. Yeah. And their support system as well. So if they had renters who used to be on their side, who they used to have set up to maybe reject you or hurt your feelings in whatever ways, like nobody's gonna be helping them anymore. Okay, so whoever this is that was trying to destroy your housing situation, God says they're powerless now. Okay, so you are free to move wherever you want to go. You don't have to take no shit from nobody. All right. And let me tell you something. You see, when it comes to faith, faith is something that you don't have to see the sense in it for you to live as though it is true. So I'm saying that to say, even if you don't have the money to do what you have to do, but you feel a vibe that's telling you I should go here or I should do that, follow that vibe because God already has a plan for you. In a moment, you can be rich. Just like in a moment, you can lose everything. And if God is on your side and up is where you should be going right now, have faith that in a moment, you can be rich. Okay? So don't let your fears hold you back. Be who God called you to be, not who your surroundings tell you you should be. Walk in your destiny. Okay? So, you thought that you were stuck wherever you're at, you don't have to stay there. I never know I had this many blank cards in this deck. God says I said what I said. Loss of vision. They don't see the fuckery. They don't hear the fuckery. They don't see the lies. They don't hear the lies. They're not working with your enemies anymore, or your enemies cannot manipulate these renters into denying you or hurting you or any of that shit. Okay, it's over. So it didn't work. That's the subject matter. Oh, sheesh. Okay. So the underlying issue before we even continue is God and its delegates are on the case. The good guys. Okay? And that's why it didn't work. So people are talking behind the scenes about you, who you are, and they're talking to each other. So that means it's like, who are you for people in such high positions to be talking about you? Well, in any case, God has gone before you and God is letting people know that you are not who they claim you are. You are actually worth the risk. Okay? So, first thing we got is code word. Then we got number of persons involved, 21 to 25. And it's like an association. Then we got number of persons involved, 26 to 30. Okay. Of the private sector. Okay. So these are like the renters. So how come these two? Okay, let's read on. So we got the culprit has been caught. So they know what's going on now. Number of persons involved, more than 1 million? More than 1 million did it already. Interesting. Let's see what God is saying here. So it's like whatever stupid trick they're trying on you, they've done it so many times before to so many people. So this must be talking about that secret society that run society. They're very manipulative. They don't have nothing else better to do with their time and their life except to try and control other people's lives, okay? So number of persons involved, we got 21 to 25. Then we got 26 to 30 of the private sector. It says the culprit has been caught. So these people, the 21 to 30 people, let's look at it like that. They know what's happening in your case, and they are not in support of blocking you from getting housing, no matter what your credit score look like, no matter what your past renting history looks like. It doesn't matter. They know what the truth is of who you actually are, given the chance. Okay, so that means like if you go to them to rent from them and they know that like you need support when it comes to work and things like that, these people will conspire to help you because they know that once you have your money coming in, they won't have any problems with you to get their rent. And they probably know that you're the type of tenant who will take care of their property as well. Because a lot of people move into people's places and they don't take care of the property. They leave the property with it looking a lot worse than they found it. Okay, they know that you're not that type. You're the type to leave it in better condition than you found it at no extra cost and feeling no kind of way about it. Okay, because you want to create a beautiful living environment. By the time you leave their property, because I know by the time I leave people property, the value, I I'm the type of tenant that will push up the value of your property, because I got plans for the property I live at right now, and it's what I wanted because it'll make me feel better. But I know that once I leave, when they try to find the next tenant for this place, because of the changes that I am about to make, and because of the way that I clean the place, and because of the way that I preserve their place, they'll have no problem finding somebody to rent the property. Okay. When I moved in here, it was very filthy. I had to do a lot of work to bring it up to living standard, to be honest with you. It looked good on the surface, but once you start moving in and you start to really interact with the place, that's when you really start to see all the cracks and crevices and all the imperfections. But I'm not the type to like complain about these things. Once I have what I need to to implement solutions, I'll just get on with what I have to do, because I like that type of stuff anyway. I'm a little handy woman. Okay. So yeah, so let's read on. So they know that you're a type of tenant like that. You would be somebody good to take the chance on. All right. So the culprit has been caught, and then we have number of persons involved, more than 1 million did it already. Whew, that's a lot. So we're gonna dig into this because I want to see like what the hell is God really saying about this million. Because if the culprit has been caught and it says number of persons involved more than 1 million, and then he did it already, 1 million people doing what? You know, so let's see. Oh, okay, wait, let's check the underlying issue. So we got God and its delegates are on the case. It didn't work. Interesting. So okay, let's read on. We got there's more. Number of persons involved 9 to 15. Oh, expect them to try again. So there's still some evil people in the mix. Okay, so I expect them to try again. Then we got number of persons involved 30 to 50 with their fake social media accounts. So if you're looking for housing right now, yeah, they got connections in low places with these falsified official documents. They are assistant culprits. So 30 to 50, and they're planning to reject you. They're planning to make your way hard when it comes to looking for housing. So what I'm trying to say to you now is this. So it's like there's a big association, right? These people are all connected. But some of them know that you deserve better and they're willing to bring you better. There is, however, a group of renters who are still on the bandwagon to try and persecute you. Okay? Whether they know you're innocent or not, I don't know. But they are willing to try and make your way when it comes to your housing difficult. Okay? What I'm getting with these fake social media accounts is, you know, when you're looking for housing and you go onto Google, the housing websites that come up, you have to be mindful of what websites come up, because you got the good housing association or the good renters association, and you got the bad renters association. Let's see it like that. Now, if the people who want to disturb your housing are powerful enough, they can have hackers, computer hackers, who, when you type in whatever you type in to look for housing, these hackers, their task is to make the bad renters come up first. What they do is they make the bad renters come up, and they also make the websites easy to get onto. Because when we were looking for housing, what I realized was some of the websites, they come up and just everything come on quickly. Then there are other websites where it took forever for it to load. So if you are impatient, you would come off of that, but that's most likely where the good renters association are. You see what I'm saying? So you have to learn how to read the signs, so that, or even pray for guidance for God to navigate you away from the bad renters who are waiting on you to apply for housing, so that they could probably overcharge you, or give you some dirty house, or some house that's falling apart, or whatever. Okay, because I got all that going on here, but I know how to make the best of my situation, so I just get on with it anyway. Okay, so I hope that information there helped you. But I'm curious about this 1 million still, because that number is huge. So code word. I'm going to look into the code word too. So there, code word is giving me signs. So maybe one of the signs that you should look for is how quickly the website loads, things like that. Because if they're trying to deter you from linking up with good renters who would be accommodating to you, they're going to make your ability to connect with them very hard. And they'll make the site take so long to upload that you just get fed up and come off and search another website, because you're thinking, damn, this isn't working properly. So just watch out for that trick. Okay, in this computer age. And yeah, that's the one thingy that I got for you right now. So what I'm gonna do is make some space here. But the good thing is, the right people who want to help you, they're out there. It's for you to pray for that guidance, so you link up with them and let God steer you away from these people who want to create a difficult situation for you when it comes to you finding a home that you're worthy of and is worthy of you. Okay, so let's see what we want to look into first. I want to see about this million. Yeah, well, tell us about this million. What's this million about, so you can get some better understanding what's happening here. Interesting. Okay, so clarifying this 1 million people. Okay. We got congratulations. Okay. So it says the culprit has been caught. Number of persons more than 1 million did it already. Okay, so the subject matter was something, it didn't work when it comes to your housing, right? The setup that they were trying, it didn't work. But it didn't. Okay, I don't have a card that says it's not going to work, I think, in that deck. Okay, so it didn't work. Then we got, there's a code word. So there's secret information that need to be, what's the word that they use? When you try and decipher, you have to learn how to read the signs so that you can be steered towards the good renters who are on your side. Okay, so we got code word, then we got 21 to 25 people involved, well, 21 to 30 people involved of the private sector. Okay, so you're a private renter, whoever you are. We have the culprit has been caught. Number of persons involved more than 1 million and did it already. So let's find out. So we got congratulations is the subject matter of the 1 million, okay, people. Okay, so the cards that came out, we got conversation via the phone call, light magic. So that's like kindness, fairness. Okay, so that's what God wants us to know about the million people. So it says the culprit has been caught. Number of persons involved is more than 1 million. And that's clarified by conversation, phone call, light magic. So there's a lot of people. So that means the number of people who are willing to help you is a lot larger than the number of people who are not willing to help you. That's what that's saying. But still, don't underestimate your enemy. Like I said, the websites that are for you, they might make all of them take forever to load because they want to steer you in the direction of their assistant culprits. Okay? So, the underlying issue here is the congratulations and the well wishes. Yeah, so yeah, there's a lot of people out there who want to help you. So we got female friend, post online, and excitement. So female friend, feminine energy. Feminine energy is the energy of abundance and reception. Okay, so it's like they're willing to welcome you and they're excited to welcome you, whoever you are, because they know that once you come and you move in, you're gonna be a great tenant. They know they don't have to worry about you, so don't worry about what your records look like. Don't worry about what the people around you think about you as to who you are as a tenant. Fuck all that. You have a clean record. Focus on that and move like you know you have a clean record, because you deserve to have a clean record. when it comes to your life as a tenant or your records as a tenant. Okay? God said they're not allowed to put any lies on you and manipulate your life to go down a negative road based on these lies. The power in these lies are now null and void. Okay? So yeah, so the culprit has been caught. So now you got a whole bunch of people who are quite ready to take you in. But remember that your enemy is still on your case. Okay? And all it takes is one. All it takes is one bad renter for you to have a terrible renting experience. So I suggest that you pray for that guidance so that God can steer you to the right websites, or if you're looking in shop windows, let God steer you toward the right, connect you with the right renters. Okay, whether you're looking for one room or a whole house or whatever it is that you're after, just watch out. Pray before you go search, and trust God's guidance, your God's guidance. Okay, so let's check out what God wants us to know about this code word, if anything. Code word. What can you tell us about the code word, please, Most High? What would you like us to know about this code word? Search through the crowd, your face is all that I see. You are everything, baby, love me lights out. Baby, love me lights out. I love you like EXO. Baby, love me lights out. What does that even mean? Great vocals. I love to sing along to that song. It feels liberating. Just open up my lungs like, oh. I love you like Excel. Okay. You love me like Excel. Baby, you're all that I see. You're my everything. Baby, love me like sound. Say in the darkest night, oh, I search through the crowd. Okay, so energy. Anti-song. Oh. Okay. Okay. Baby, you're all that I see. So, subject matter clarifying the code word. Okay. We got rebelling to include God worship for sure. For sure, for sure. Do the right thing for the right reason. You know, give a blessing, receive a blessing. Uh-huh. Because if they have a house to rent and you're a good renter, but people are trying to make them believe you're a bad renter, but they know you're a good renter, then why not just rent to you regardless of what people say, regardless of what the computer screen says? You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what your credit score says, that information on that computer, on those papers, in people's mouths, they're not you. So they'd be stupid to listen to those devices and those people. You know? So the card that came out, we got influence in social life, but it was in the reverse. So before we continue, we're gonna check the energy to see how it's meant to be interpreted. It's correct like this. Okay, so it's in the upright. And this is why we checks when we feel like we should be checkings. Okay, so the code word is all about rebelling to include God worship. So people want to do the right thing now for the right reasons, okay? Especially when it comes to you, okay? So influencing your social life. So there's like a code, okay, so there's some kind of a code that they're using. The renters, are, it's like they come up with their own little secret language among themselves. So one can recognize the other. Ain't that cool? That's basically what they do with the CIA and all that spy stuff. So anyway, so it's like if you don't know the code word, we know that you're not one of us type thing. Okay, so it's like the secret society has been broken into pieces whereby it's like where they were once a whole, a section has separated themselves and they're now like a secret society within a secret society. Okay. So the underlying issue, collapse or ruin them. That's the underlying issue. So because they know that somebody's trying to collapse or ruin you, they're like, no, we're not going to allow you to do that to this person. So here what we're going to do. And a bunch of them came together in their own little group, and they decided, you know what, I don't really like what they're doing to whoever you are. I don't agree with that. And it's like, how do we help her or him? And they were like, well, first of all, we need to keep this shit secret. We need to be able to communicate with one another and speak to one another without the general public knowing what we're saying. Yeah. So we got rebelling for better working contract terms. Because they know that you're a good investment. Whoever you are, you're a good investment. So even if you need work, they'll find a place for you. They may not come right out and show you who they are. They may not come right out and be upfront in that they're offering you like work, or they're trying to make your way forward easy. They probably won't present themselves to you. You probably won't know who they are, but they'll be behind the scenes blessing you. Okay, the same way that people manipulated your life secretly in a negative way, these people are conspiring to manipulate your life in a positive way. So it's for you now to ask for the guidance from your God, because your God sent them. They're God's delegates. God inspired them. God moved their heart to help you. So ask your God to guide you to the people that it wants you to associate with or work with, work for, rent from, etc., etc., etc. Yeah, rebelling for better working contract terms. So they were brainstorming, because it's like whatever they're doing to you, it's not benefiting them. It's actually hurting them, because the more they fight against you is the more the laws of the universe have against them. So karma, you understand? So it's like by them hurting your living conditions, karma also makes their living conditions difficult. And it's like they're putting the pieces of the puzzle together, like, this is why this isn't going good for me, and that isn't going good for you. And John, you know that so and so was great for you, and all of a sudden, since we started doing this to this person, everything is going downhill. And then they'll talk to Mary and say, Mary, you know that your so and so was absolutely fine. And then since we started working on this project, trying to hurt this person, it hasn't been the same. So aren't you putting the pieces of the puzzle together? Like, Mother Nature is not happy, because these are spiritual people. It's a secret society. Yeah, so we got their brainstorming to fulfill their end of the bribe, right? Giving information that's mostly true. So they can't make it look like, okay, they can't make it look like too obvious that they're trying to help. So it's mostly true. Then we got influencing mental health, because there's fear in them because of the defamation that they've been doing to you. Fear was created in them because of the defamation that they were supporting when it comes to you. They were following these stupid rules that were all based on lies when it comes to you. And the universe itself has gotten up and was fighting on your behalf. And now they're finally understanding that the reason why they're suffering is because of what they're doing to you. Because they created disappointment in your life, and they're creating anger in your life. So they need to attempt to save their image and reputation and whatever else they got going on. and rebel against being indoctrinated the next time. So it's like they need to be mindful of what they're being what they're allowing themselves to get involved in, because you're not a regular being, you're an innocent. If you were guilty, then it would be fine, they could persecute you and there would be no problem. But because that you're being unfairly treated, hang on, my words, because you are being treated badly, unfairly so, the universe itself got up to help you. And these people who are treating you badly, they're starting to recognize how close you and the universe actually are, and they're realizing, yo, as long as we keep hurting this person, you, we're going to keep on hurting. And these other idiots in the group don't see what we're seeing. So let them keep on doing their fuckery. We need to come up with some code words whereby we could talk to each other and do what we can to save our image, reputation, and our businesses and our family structure and whatever else God has caused to suffer as punishment for what they're doing to you. So it's like whoever is the head of the organization, they don't agree that Mother Nature itself is getting up to defend you. But they know better. So they see the error of their ways and they're doing what they can to try and get their karmic report back in good standing. Yeah. So they're like, we're out. Mass migration, influencing politics. So if the people that the other people in this secret society know what they're doing, it's gonna cause problems, politics. It's gonna collapse the currency. The currency being their potency, their collaborations. So we got brainwashing, creating panic, influencing the soul and the spirit. So they know that they have, blackmail. So they know that they have the power to make this a crazy experience or a subtle experience. But what they're seeing is we need to make it a subtle experience. Blackmail and influencing one's personal life, because they know if the other people from their organization know what they were doing, then they would only start fighting them. So these renters, they're being very discreet about who they are. They belong to the same group or secret society that's fighting against you, but they don't agree with fighting against you. So they're trying to find the middle ground whereby they can keep peace on their side and also bring peace where they are connected to you, because Mother Nature, Father Nature is kicking their ass. We have exorcised the demons. Yeah, so that's what we got for you. So that's what God wants you to know right now. That's the shenanigans that's going on right now, man. So you can forget about whatever they said about you when it comes to you and your tenancy report or your reputation as a tenant. All that shit that was illegally put on your record has been expunged in the universe. Fuck what the computer screens say. Okay, that's what God say. Just that shit don't apply to you. You're above those rules or laws or whatever. Okay, because you don't deserve to be held back by people's lies and manipulations. You shall be free to roam about the country. That's what God says. So thank you so much for watching. Until next time, I hope that this here helped you. I know it helped me because this must be my story. Anywho, take care of yourself and each other. I'm out.